Hello guys, NautoAce here, and it's going to be another follow-up on my English dub versus Japanese company. This time I want to focus on a company that I used to support in the past during the PS2 era, in the early HD era, and that is Koei. Or now they're called Koei Tecmo, Tecmo Koei, whatever. So a little bit of backstory was that when they were still Koei, they actually did some good game of, well, a historical game, but of course my personal favorite are the Dynasty Warriors series or the Musou series developed by Omega Force. And this is also going to be a response to Jim Sterling from his Jimquisition. He did a video on about the Dynasty Warrior franchise, how it's becoming stale. And well, the gist of it, my response to that is I agree 100%. They're getting stale, the quality is going down, and they're not really bothered. They're trying to save it or salvage whatever they can for their hardcore fan. Of course, like I said, it's a follow-up on my English dub versus Japanese company. This is known for now the company that omitted dub 99% of the time. Yes, you heard me right, 99% at a time. Ever since start with Warriors Orochi 3 for the PS3 and 360, they started to omit dub. And I did talk about in the past that at one point Koei themselves did have a problem. That's why they merged with Tecmo, or Tecmo bought them out. You know, that's technically what a merge is. And ever since the Tecmo Koei merge, a lot of their direction went differently. When they had a new CEO, they had to go a different approach. And of course, and I did mention it before on my Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle videos, that in one of their financial report, Tecmo Koei did admit that the reason why they're omitting voices in their games now is financial reasons. They had admitted that when they put English dub in the game, they were not making a lot of money. They're not going in negative, but they're not making any money, so they had to cut costs. A lot of, especially hardcore fan, basically said, "I can agree with it, fine." A lot of the other fans, including myself, said, "Yeah, hashtag no dub, no buy." And like I said, the latest Ulterior game, Alchemist game from Gus, remember Tecmo Koei bought them, no longer will have English dub. They're being coy about it, why they didn't do it, but it's obvious, it's cost. So yeah, it's a real shame. I really don't know how this even happened, and like I said, it was Warrior Orochi 3 that started at this. Well, I guess, there could be some inkling behind it, because I did mention this before, that there were some games on the PS3 and 360 that they were releasing a lot of games. Like Tecmo Koei were releasing a lot of games. There was Troy Musou that was exclusive for the PS3, I think. It had an English dub. Trinity Blade or something like that. It's a fantasy world, but of course, Dynasty Warrior style had an English dub. Face of the North Star, no, not the new one from, of course, the Sega version, which that one has English dub, so thank you, Sega. So finally, also just a little bit of side story. Kiryu skin, English dub. At least now I have my fantasy of Kiryu speaking English. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, Can't Rage, the first one, had English dub. And there were some other games, but yeah, they were having English dub, because at that time, and I said it before, Sony was still implementing the rule of the game must have English dub, or you can't release it physically. But of course, what was the effect? Sales. They were like poor sales. They were not making any money from what again, they're not making negative, but they kind of see the pattern there that they're not making enough money. Not even a lot of money. Maybe they're barely breaking even. That's probably the possible there. And because of it, when in Japan, they basically introduced Warrior Orochi 3 or Musou Orochi 2 in Japan. Because remember, the PS2 one was supposed to be an extension to Warriors Orochi, but in America they decided to put a number so it won't be confusing, whatever. And the concern there was because now they're having more characters. And this is before Ultimate Warrior Orochi 3 with more characters. So they already have a lot of characters because it's Dynasty Warrior 7, Samurai Warrior 3, a lot of the Warrior Orochi originals plus new ones, And this is even before like the other version from the PSP, the Wii U, and of course there's Ultimate. And the concern there was that because a lot of the fans outside of Japan asked, "Can we have this game? Can we localize this game?" And then and there was some rumbling. I know this has been the game that turned the tide for Tecmo Koei, that I started to be less supportive, and that is that they were actually hesitant to release this game. Believe it or not, they were actually hesitant in the beginning. They didn't want to bring this game because if not only localizing the game, but they had to put English dub with a lot of characters already, they believe that they're not going to make any money. They can actually go out of business. So they were so afraid about it, but they were like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. We don't know what to do. And of course, Shin Sun, Tecmo Koei Europe of community manager, he's more active. Unfortunately, no one in America, they're not. I don't know why. But Shin Sun, good guy. I have interacted with multiple times. Cool guy in my book, so I have no problem with the guy. Basically had a solution, and the solution was, let's just bring the game out without English dub. And the minute that was announced, including myself, were like, oh shit, man, excuse the language, but oh really? And that was a really concern, because the reason why that becomes a concern, look what's happening now. Because if you do it in one game, then you can do it to another game, to another game, to another game. And to some extent, Sony was trying to prevent that, but of course, I can understand the perspective of business that if you're putting too much money, you're not making money back. I mean, to some extent, there's been rumbling that a lot of even Japanese company don't even like that rule. That's why even Namco Bandai was following that too. That's why most of their anime type game, not their original IP, don't have English dub. Sword Online doesn't have English dub. One Piece doesn't have English dub. Deadly Seven Sin with Miliaris doesn't have English dub. Black Clover, not English dub. And I wouldn't be surprised if either Jump Force and My Hero Justice won't have English dub. And again, unless you don't really give a hoot about the English dub, then you're good to go. Go ahead, there you go. But for people who prefer English dub, there you go. And that was the fear that when Warriors Orochi 3 was the first, well, to some extent the first game, they're not going to bring English dub. They could do it in another game, and of course the pattern basically, that's what happened. Cast Rage 2, no English dub. Let's see what I'm thinking about it. Samurai Warrior, no English dub. I even did a video talking to Shin Sun about that. Spoiler, that's going to be like a special rewind about it. And yeah, they said, yeah, because Samurai Warrior 3 didn't really sell well outside of Japan. Well, first of all, it was on the Wii, but of course there was a bigger backstory is that they needed a publisher and Nintendo step up. That's why for a while Samurai Warrior 3 was exclusive for the Wii. It was Nintendo who flipped the bill, and then a year later Tecmo Koei decided to flip them themselves for the PS3 version, but decided not to bring it outside of Japan because they were too afraid it would not sell. It's a non-new game and kind of like Tales for a while. They didn't want to sell it. Whatever. People complain about it, but Tecmo Koei was like la 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 la. I mean, it is what it is. Like I said before, like what Maury said, a company cannot always listen 100%. Heck, not even 90%. Not even 80% to some extent to your fans, because sometimes the fan doesn't really know what's really happening. Business comes first, because no business, no games. I understand that, but it's really just, in my opinion, it's just piss poor. Like the approach is really piss poor. I'm sorry to say, it is very, very piss poor there. So that's the reason now. I used to love Tecmo Koei games. I like the Musou game. I had like their older one for the PS2 and the PS3. Granted, they dubbed Dynasty Warrior 7. Well, that was before Warrior Orochi 3. They did Dynasty Warrior 8 and they did Dynasty Warrior 9. So I'm going to talk about that. So that was awesome. And then of course, anything that's from Tecmo, they dub it. I kid you not. Any Tecmo game, they kind of dub it, and that's like, okay, sure. Ninja Gaiden 3, they did it. Dead or Alive, they actually dubbed that game, believe it or not, for the Tecmo characters. I mean, anything for Virtual Fighter, no. And then Mashirune, not really, which is okay. Well, that's another one with SNK, but that's a different story. And like I said, I mentioned this before, that a character from Samurai Warrior 4, NautoAisDx-Thoughts, I can't remember her name. She uses kick edge, leg edge, basically a leg weapon. She doesn't speak English on Samurai Warrior. Now in Samurai 4 or in only Japan. Oh no, actually this was released also in America. The third one, Samurai Warrior Chronicles 3, portable exclusive, only download because again they don't really sell. Granted, the first one I have it for the 3DS didn't have English dub, and I bought it for $9, so you kind of see it there. But the thing is, it's so funny because again, like I said, I bought her. It was on the sale, 50% off. Sure, why not? Like, how much were the characters? Like $4 or $3? I can't remember. Played her. It was really fun. And she speaks English, and I'm like, oh my gosh. At least there's a hope. Maybe a Samurai Warrior character actually speaking English dub would be okay. That's and after a while, I'm like, yeah, that's kind of like a face. But I'm like, really, really, okay. So, like I said, this is really one of the fortunate. That's why in my English dub versus Japanese company part 2 by Tecmo Koei, they're very in my bottom of my list anymore. Because a lot of the games, they won't even put English up. And that's the reason why I even did that Rant video is because the ulterior games. Oh my gosh. Kind of unfortunate that Tecmo Koei would buy Gus. I mean, I guess it's good if you're in Japan, but outside of Japan, it's like, it's a face palm. It's kind of saddening in my opinion. Because Gus games are awesome in my opinion. I have some of them, believe it or not. Like I don't know, I can't remember the game, but I have like one or two of them. And they had English dub thanks to NAS America. It was a time that they were basically a policy that they always have to dub their game, so thumbs up. Now it's like a case-by-case basis, but whatever, NAS America. Okay, well anyway, like I said, yeah, because of that, like I said, the latest Gus game or the Ulterior Alchemist game didn't have really a dub. And of course, there's been now a recent announcement that the Ulterior All-Star game, basically all the characters from a different Ulterior Alchemist game into this one game. It's going to come this December, not only in Japan but also in America. If it's going to be a worldwide release, so I'm just going to assume that they're not going to dub it. I mean, God, like a lot of missed opportunity, in my opinion, personally. For people who prefer English dub, probably it's a missed opportunity. I mean, would I buy it? No. I mean, at least Summon Night 6 has an English dub. I mean, I'm not complaining. Hey, thumbs up. But yeah, and then of course the PS3 version, the 3 Ulterior games, now it's going to be the PS4. They're going to come out also outside of Japan. Download only, that's a different story. But yeah, I mean, here's a little bit tidbit about it. When a company does it, with a retail type quality games only download, it basically means they don't have the confidence of the game, and they don't want to put a lot more money on the game, because even so, that doesn't really cost much. Well, it does cost more if you do it physically, because then you don't make a lot of money because you have to deal with the retailer. Then you gotta have to pay the cost of the plastic, the case, the CD, the graphics. That's more work. That's more work and money. And how much are they getting back? I mean, you could probably Google that type of thing. So, but yeah, that's basically there. That just keep that in mind. If a company basically really announce a retail quality type game only download, that means they don't have any confidence of the game. They don't have confidence in the game. They don't want to put more money, and that's good. They're saving costs. Okay, well, if you want to be like a cheapskate, sure. I'm not arguing with that. It's up to you, but I'm just saying, not a lot of people prefer digital only. Not people can afford a external hard drive. Not a lot of people can afford, no offense, a good online. So just doing digital kind of show that the company are kind of like selfish there. Yeah, but whatever. So yeah, that's the reason why, as of right now, for me, like I have no problem with Shin Soon, great guy, but the company South Tecmo Koei, yeah, they make me sick. I'm sorry to say, I know it's kind of like an insult thing, but am I being critical? Yeah. Is it a destructive type? Well, I guess it's going there. I do apologize. Like I said before, when it comes to English dub type situation, I do get riled up. I do apologize for that. But like I said, Tecmo Koei used to be one of the companies I supported. and I feel like I'm like, okay, well, I guess you're not for me anymore. But I mean, they don't have to. A company don't answer to their fans. They answer to profit and money. So again, like I said, you want to make noise about it, raise awareness about putting English dub on their games. Two, if you really are that, like you really want to want to send a message, then vote with your wallet. Hashtag no dub, no buy. Because does it really work? To some extent, yeah, it sort of does work, believe it or not. I mean, case in point, Tales of Heart for the Vita. Granted, I bought it for $17.99. Okay, that's a keyword, $17.99. So of course you gotta get there what I'm coming from. The game did have a poor sale. Sorry to say, maybe because it was on the Vita, but some people said I could have supported this game more if it had an English dub. And there was even, I heard rumbling that there was an interview with the guys in charge of Tales of Alar. They even asked them, just well, you think it would sell more if you put dual audio? And the guy said, well, when I think about it now, I guess so, maybe. But they just said at the time was that they were trying to cut costs, and yeah. So again, like I said, people really, I really wish company really kind of be open-minded. Try to be not really mindful, but just think more that you could get more sale if you put English dub. People might support you. Look at Ideal Factory. Yeah, a lot of people keep talking about them. A lot of people basically love it, including myself. Granted, some of their dub games were partial dub, but hopefully it'll change in the long run since they're getting better with their business. They're getting more recognition. Because, like myself and a lot of fans, word of mouth, I'd rather talk about Ideal Factory than Tecmo Koei. Because if you notice now, it's like they're barely making any games for Tecmo Koei. There's going to be Warriors Orochi 4. And you know what? Congratulations to the director, the producer for the Guinness Book of Records for having a lot of characters in a game. That's great. Golf club there. But I don't give a shit because you're not going to... You know what? You're probably not going to put an English dub. You're not even going to hire Vox. What about Vox Studio? Can you at least hire them? I mean, you did it in Dynasty Warrior 9. I know I eventually going to get Dynasty Warrior 9. I know I should have bought it in full price. But, again, for me personally, as long as I understand what's going on, I'm cool. I don't care who voices who. If it's that bad, you know what? For me, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if some people don't like if bad English, but for me personally, at least they have it there, and I'm cool with that. I mean, nobody's perfect. At least you're giving a lot of these voice actor chances to start somewhere. That doesn't always have to be, the popular one. I'm not going to go there, because those are cool voice actor, but we need new blood. We need new people coming in also. I'm just saying that. Yeah, so that's my reason why, I did that video, and that's why I said Tecmo Koei is in the bottom of my list. Yeah, they kind of disappoint me. I mean, props with props to Fire Emblem Warrior with English dub, but of course Nintendo funding the game. Nintendo, top of my list. Hyrule Warriors a little bit tricky due to the fact because of Link, but they probably should have English voice like Breath of the Wild. So there you go. Yeah, Attack of Titan? Yeah, well, I doubt that. Berserker? Yeah. Artisan, the thing's like the guy who did the Full Metal Alchemist. He did that anime, manga. Yeah, well, I mean, they didn't really sell well from what I heard. They were normal. And again, like I said, I don't really understand when it comes to anime. Is that the new trend now? Unless it's Dragon Ball or Naruto, you're not going to put any English dub. I mean, so the problem also to some extent is only freaking Namco Bandai is doing those anime games for crying out loud. I mean, whatever, dude. Well, no. Well, of course, the Kenshiro Yakuza game. And again, like I said, Sega, you're getting in my better list. Your props. Hopefully, Judge Eye, the new Yakuza type story, because it goes to the same universe. Hopefully, that will have English dub. That will be a different story there. And teaser, that will be a response to Alex's video that he did. Links in the description box. I highly recommended watching it because, like I said before, he is a Yakuza expert. It's a super fan from the Yakuza game. He knows the ins and out. recommend it. I highly recommend it if you want to get into the Yakuza lore. Yeah, so that's my reason of why Tecmo is in my bottom list. Hopefully they'll change. Hopefully in the future they'll finally put English dub. I mean, like, for crying out loud, just make a good partnership with Vox Studio. You don't have to go with Bam Zoom because Bam Zoom's too expensive. Yeah, because the quality is better. Just go with Vox. I mean, like I said, once I get Dynasty Warrior 9, okay, I'm gonna get Dynasty Warrior 9 in the long run. I'm gonna start playing the game, listen to it while playing the game, and I'll give my opinion about it. Okay, I mean, yeah, there are some bad English dub, like I said. That one game, Chaos War on the PS2. Yes, it was dubbed by a family. It was just a family. Whatever. At least there's English dub. That's all I care about. Trying to understand the story. But again, yes, that game is not that bad of a gameplay, but the dub, it is horrible. Yes, I get it. But am I that critical about it? No. Should I be? I guess. But choosers can be beggars. Beggars can be choosers. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I do apologize for this long one. But like I said, yeah. So with that, thanks for listening.
Oh, I kinda got a little carried away. Sorry.